First at 4, he's convicted of hiding a camera in the woman's bathroom at a local gym. Today, the people he spied on get their day in court. Michigan health experts reveal how the local measles outbreak got started, what they've learned about patient X, and what it says about spreading contagious illnesses. Ben.
Karen, showers won't leave some of us alone, but there is plenty more in line to get at us later on this week. Paula?
Right now, a critical need for these kinds of dogs, scent dogs, and they need families to help them get the colony they need to protect all of us. I'll show you how you can help.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
An emotional day in court as victims face the man responsible for hiding a camera inside the locker rooms of a Clinton Township CrossFit gym. Several victims spoke out against Matthew Krakowski. Many say they are now fearful every time they use a restroom or locker room. Earlier this year, Krakowski pleaded no contest to hiding cameras at his Switch CrossFit gym. During today's sentencing, victims had some harsh words for him.
You're a disappointment to society, to the CrossFit community, to your family, and to all of those people that you served alongside. You're a disgrace, Matt Krakowski. You are a coward.
A judge sentenced Krakowski to 11 months in the Macomb County Jail, followed by 3 to 20 years in prison. He must also register as a sex offender. Jury deliberations are underway in the second trial of former Michigan State Police Trooper Mark Bessner. This comes a day after the jury was sent home early so attorneys could resolve a legal issue. Today, Bessner told the judge that he would not testify. Then, the jury heard closing arguments. Bessner faces second-degree murder charges in the death of 15-year-old Damon Grimes, who died after being tased while riding his ATV. The first trial last year ended in a hung jury. We'll keep you posted if the jury makes a decision during this newscast. Testimony is going late into the afternoon in the preliminary hearing for former Michigan State University President Lou Anna Simon. It was supposed to end last week, but testimony has been taking longer than expected. Simon is accused of lying to police during their investigation into how MSU handled the Larry Nassar scandal. Prosecutors say Simon found out about a Nassar complaint but failed to notify authorities. She argues she knew of a complaint, but not that it was Nassar. When the hearing's over, the judge will decide if Simon goes to trial. We've been closely watching the measles outbreak in Michigan, and now we know how it started. State health experts say the outbreak in Oakland County is linked to another ongoing outbreak in New York. They tell us a man traveled from New York to southeast Michigan by car and didn't know he was contagious. Officials now say all 38 cases in southeast Michigan can be linked to that one man. The investigation shows how easily the illness can spread from state to state and highlights the importance of vaccination as a defense. In the first forecast, we've got 2 words you're probably going to get a little sick of this week: April showers. So what does the next few hours look like, Ben?
Unfortunately for some of us, it's wet, Karen, but most of us are dry. These showers have been hanging around the north zone and for the most part just to the south of 69 all the way up to the thumb. Haven't had much luck getting further to the south here in Macomb County. So Shelby Township, Mount Clemens dry right now, but we're still seeing some of those just brushing areas like Romeo and Richmond up in the northern part of the county. The rest of us, a lot of us are getting into the 60s, I should say. Port Huron, one of the cool spots, 20 degrees cooler at 46, and that's not even the coldest spot in the area right now. Coming up, we'll check your 4-zone temperatures and also see where Easter weekend ends up because there are some changes. Karen?
Ben, the flames are out, the smoke is cleared, and now the city of Paris and all of France are coming to terms with the damage to the Cathedral of Notre Dame. We're tracking the investigation and a huge show of support for the historic landmark. It's just after 10 p.m. in Paris, and hundreds of people have started to gather for a vigil. They've been walking through the city streets, singing, some holding candles. Quite a large crowd gathering to comfort each other as the emotional toll from the fire is felt truly around the world. Let's get to Devin Skellion for a look inside the church and the race to rebuild. Devin.
It's already on, Karen. As bad as it is, it could have been worse. And right now there is indeed a gaping hole in the roof of Notre Dame. Debris, including pieces of that lost spire, litter the floor. But much of the interior of the nearly 900-year-old structure survived yesterday's fire. Getting our first look inside, a large portion of the roof burned away. It left wet, smoldering debris there on the floor. But the major elements of the interior were spared. 3 magnificent stained glass windows appeared to have survived. Relics, religious artifacts, and artworks all removed overnight, and they include a crown of thorns that many believe was worn by Jesus. The wealthiest families in France have rushed in to pledge money for restoration. The head of the French luxury goods group Kering pledged more than $100 million. That was quickly followed by the luxury group LVMH with more than $200 million.
Very quickly we said, you know, we have to do something. We have the means to do it. We're lucky enough to be the warrants of these great French names. Notre Dame is another one of them. Let's pledge something, and something big.
The French billionaire family has matched that pledge, so the 3 pledged donations right now top $700 million already. Late this afternoon, the French President Macron said he would like to see the cathedral rebuilt within 5 years. Now, early indications are the fire started accidentally, but Paris police want to be sure. So they have 50 investigators right now working on the case, focusing on the 5 companies that were doing renovations of the cathedral when that fire broke out yesterday. Karen, more information and a report coming up from Paris on Local 4 News at 5.
All right, we'll see you then. Well, now more Boeing cancellations. At this point, if you are flying this summer, you better make sure you're not booked on a 737 MAX 8 jet. United is the latest airline to cancel all flights on that model, at least through early July. Follows similar moves by Southwest and American. They've canceled MAX 8 flights into August. The airlines should be notifying customers. Now, this will have a ripple effect on other passengers, so if you are thinking about a trip, better start shopping. Hundreds of flights are being canceled every single day, which means fewer available seats. Canine first responders are trained to do critical work that humans can't do. But right now, there's a shortage of these specifically trained dogs. So if you're an animal lover, you can help. Paula Tutman explains after spending some time with one of these amazing animals.
I'm not really sure a lot of people even realize this is here. I'm on the campus of Oakland Community College and their CREST facility, Combined Regional Emergency Services Training. This is where firefighters, police officers, first responders actually learn how to train. It's a little mini village. They've got houses, a hospital, a hotel, a convenience store, and inside this bank, a dog named Dakota is going to work because training for these dogs never ends, and the need for these kinds of dogs is increasing.
Check.
There are real C4 explosives stashed in this training bank. Dakota can smell as little as 1 molecule. But she will alert to anything about the size of a stick of butter. There. She's done it.
Good girl. Good girl.
Time to be rewarded. For a few short moments, she gets to be just a dog. The job is stressful, dangerous, and intense for Dakota and her handler, Lisa.
Ready to work? Are you ready? I'm looking potentially for a bomb to keep people safe.
We see these kinds of dogs everywhere, and in today's climate, they are needed almost everywhere else. Right now, there is a 6,000 dog deficit in the entire nation, one that Elite Detection Canine of Rochester is trying to help fill, but can't because the public is needed. Families are actually needed to host a mom dog, to get her through puppy bearing, to help train the puppies.
We're looking for families that can devote the time to raising the puppies in their home, and that will be able to spend the time when the puppies are on the ground the first couple of weeks. And during that time, that's a very crucial time in the puppy's learning to expose them to various services, various noises, various colors, even before their eyes and ears are open.
Good girl.
Mom dog hosts will actually see the dog through 4 litter cycles, and then the dog is actually theirs as a pet. But without host families to help raise mom and the puppies through their first 8 weeks of life, the deficit of scent dogs will continue to grow.
Think about what she's saving. Kids, people, all over the place. It's so important. Hospitals, where I work, making sure that every single person there is safe.
Yeah, so listen, the way to find out if this is for you or if you are for this is to come to an open house, and they're having one at the CREST facility. Oakland Community College is right off of is it Featherstone? Right off of Featherstone. in Auburn Hills tomorrow, 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to put that information on our website. Remember, it is volunteer, but you do get to keep the dog afterwards. And listen, I just want to kind of spray. You need to see what's going on behind me, because there's a lot of training that's going on behind me right now that you never get to see as a member of the public. But in taking in one of these mom dogs and helping these puppies, you actually get to be a part of this really important process that's really benefiting all of us. Karen?
Interesting program. We really appreciate it. We'll check out our social media for more information on that. Thanks, Paula. Still ahead, it is almost like having a personal stylist for your kids. Plus, it could actually save you some money. We'll talk about a new partnership in retailing just a little later. And the water rescue did not go as planned for this waitress. She gets emotional talking about why she put herself at risk and her one mistake. Up first, a shocking confession. A Florida man tells a TV crew he made a big mistake. What, or should we say who, he buried in the backyard? That story right after the break.